when he tells them what he's going to do to the race car, what he wants to do and what he wants from them, then they believe in that and they go do that. Makes them a better driver, and to have someone like that is invaluable.
This is the battle for fifth. Elliott Sadler has the one car in that position, but now Custer late in the run. The double zero is coming around.
Yeah, you can see Sadler's car just giving up a little bit, especially on the exit, going not able to get the power down in the center because he's just losing the nose a little bit.
The playoff leaderboard. And as the double zero of Custer makes that pass, look at the top three.
Yeah, got a three-way tie for it right now.
Very interesting, and it's kind of fun to track throughout the races. Again,
yeah,
we'll be looking at that very closely when we get to Charlotte.
Yeah. And we talk about during the race that every pass, every position, that's a point. That's something that could matter. You don't know when that might come into play. With these drivers, you think that they're plenty in good position now as that's shaken out to where the double zero now is the one that's on top there by point as Sadler lost that spot. So a lot of fun things to keep up with as we navigate through these different rounds. But a couple of tough racetracks coming up for them in Dover and Charlotte before we end this first stage for the Xfinity Series.
So Cole Custer, the winner of stage 1, the winner of stage 2, now into the top 5 with not 10 laps to go this time. Leader Reddick has already been by the start-finish line. He's now got 12 seconds over his teammate Brennan Poole in second. And without a caution, that's going to be plenty of room.
Well, he's got plenty of room, but you still have to concentrate, do your job. Things happen on the racetrack, and as we've seen so many times, whether it's Xfinity or the Cup Series, that these late race cautions make all the difference and change the entire outlook of it.
Showing you the gap back to the second place car. Brennan Poole, I think he just dove underneath our camera shot there. It's a long ways back. 12 seconds on a mile and a half, DJ. That is almost forever.
Yeah, we just seldom see that, that from first to second anyway, with a lead like that. It just shows how dominating Tyler Reddick has been.
You might have said this, but I don't know if I've looked at it this way. The value to Brennan Poole now, with obviously his car running well, but even the information gleaned from the 42, even with a young driver like Reddick, how that can propel the 48 forward in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a whole organization. It's a teamwork, a body of work, and we're going to see Kyle Larson get back in the 42 some for some of these races. So all of that is working together, and I just believe that these guys in this organization figured things out and knew exactly how they wanted to start the playoffs right here, and you can see the benefits of that. And so it's going to make things a lot easier in looking ahead to as they approach the concrete surface 1 mile track at Dover next weekend.
Ganassi with drivers in the Cup Series playoffs. Ganassi with one driver in the Xfinity Series playoffs. Having a good season. How about Justin Allgaier coming back? Now fourth, Dale.
What an incredible night. I mean, that's just, you talk about determination and what it takes to try to be a champion. This is the kind of nights that championships are made of. I can think back to 1999 and racing for a championship of days that we didn't have our best stuff as Justin Allgaier tries to take the third spot from Ryan Preece here right now. That's the ones you remember. And this car and this driver were 2 laps down because they had a right front tire go down under green. They got 2 laps down back in 39th spot. They used a wave around to get one of the laps back, the free pass to get the other one, and just steadily moved up towards the front. Just and he goes on to Homestead in Miami and wins this championship. They'll look back that this might have been the night that propelled them to that.
The 31-year-old from Riverton, Illinois, spent a couple of years away from this series, plying his trade at the Cup level. Then came back and has been very successful with the Junior Motorsports. Made it to the Final Four last year. Wasn't able to come away with the championship, but has his eye on it again this season. Parker?
Well, guys, and you alluded to it, what a comeback this has been. But even last week, that win they got was a bit of a comeback. They didn't have a winning car, but they muscled out a win. And when he came across the line and won that race, his crew chief came over the radio and said, you never give up. That is why you never give up. And that is what this 7 team has done. And if you think back to last year at this race, when they got involved in that incident, they fought back as well. So it's just something that this team has done over and over again. And maybe, as you said, this could propel them to that championship.
Yeah, it's just so rewarding as a driver to know that you came back from adversity and that you're capable of doing it. You have the team and the car to be able to do that, because you're going to encounter problems along the way, and it's how you handle those difficult times. Everybody can do pretty well when you have the best car and things go the way that you plan, but not everybody can handle the adversity.
And I would say Justin has learned a little bit through the 2 years in Cup. They weren't the best car, and he had a lot of long days, right? Yeah, absolutely. It's been a battle for Justin through that, and he's become a better race driver for it. And you just seen him grow as a person and as a driver in his decision making on the racetrack. How about for this young driver, 21 years old? He's worked his way up into a position to be hired by Chip Ganassi Racing. Racing only a partial schedule. This is his 15th start in the season, 15th career start. Reddick is making it look good. Well, he really has made it look easy. When you have a good car, that certainly makes you feel a lot better as a driver and be able to make moves. But he's also, you could see him a couple of times whenever he got in positions in the first and second stage of running up on lap traffic and getting himself there. He just pulled the reins back a little bit and waited for the right opportunity. The white flag was displayed. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Down into turn 3. Beautifully up off of turn 4. Tyler Reddick is going to get his first win in the Xfinity Series. And how about that? The 4th driver in 2017 to get their first win. Now, what's happening behind him? This is the battle for 4th. Priest coming to the line. Can Custer get by? It's not going to happen. Ryan Priest will take 4th. You see Poole has already clocked in 2nd. Justin Allgaier 3rd. Custer will have to be happy with 5th and a couple of stage wins. Absolutely. Good, solid night. But there is the story. We won't say from out of nowhere, because that's been a good program. But Tyler Reddick surprised a lot of people tonight. And after starting the 42 car in the 5th position, will go to victory lane. Tyler's been watching the traditional victory celebration and knows how to do it very well. Somewhere in there is a brand new winner. By the way, 14.5 seconds over 2nd place. That is the largest margin of victory in Xfinity Series history at the Kentucky Speedway. Yeah, we just don't normally see that here, but this was a driver that had a really good car and made all the right moves tonight. Outstanding. Look at that. Yeah, looking back, that's the beast right there. She was a beauty tonight. Goes up to get the checkered flag. That's right. Celebrate with the fans. Big, big deal tonight for Tyler Reddick. And you wonder sometimes, there's a lot of pressure on these guys every week, but the focus was not on the drivers who aren't in the playoffs. Yeah. A little more room to breathe, maybe a little less attention. Did that help him at all? Well, maybe a little bit, but I think he just came here with some confidence, and he knew that this racetrack was one that he ran well at here just a few months ago, but also knowing that, hey, he didn't have anything to lose, but he has a lot to prove in doing that. And this just shows that you give this young man the right car, he's very capable of coming out here and running with the best. Never led a lap in the series until this evening. And that's the way to make the statement is, you come into when everybody else is here for the playoffs, they supposedly have all of their best stuff and they're ready to go try to get a win and move on to the next round. And you beat them by over 14 seconds. Impressive. So there's Tyler. He'll get back in the car, make his way to victory lane. 66 laps he led on the night. That was the most of any driver. And a pretty strong performance for the 21-year-old. So we'll come back to talk to him in victory lane and witness again the celebration following his first ever win. What a show tonight by that young man, 21-year-old Tyler Reddick. His first victory in the Xfinity Series comes at Kentucky Speedway with the spotlight on 12 drivers running for the championship, and he sneaks in there and gets it done, Dale.
Just really good race car. And
he didn't sneak.
No, he didn't.
I should correct myself.
He might have snuck up on them, but then he left them in his rearview mirror by a long way. He's trying to figure out how to get to victory lane.
That's the best part right there. How real is that? Yeah, he came through loudly, and when that final stage was working its way through, that final 110 laps, and a green flag stop, crew did a good job, got him on off a pit road, no mistakes.
Yeah, that's the keys. He didn't make any mistakes, even with the excitement of that, of getting himself in a position to win. Didn't do that on the green flag pit stop.
Take a look at the unofficial results here. The drivers in yellow are the playoff drivers. You can see where they started over there on the right. This is how they finished. Poole, nice opening run for him.
Yeah, just solid. Just what he needed.
See a few of the playoff drivers here who had trouble, including William Byron, who came in as the leader, 18th tonight for him.
If those bonus points that he had coming in are certainly going to come in handy.
And those bonus points, they were there to reward what happened in the regular season. A lot of drivers and teams lobbied for that from NASCAR. And when they change the system, we can see how it's made a good difference. Yeah,
those first 26 races should have meant something, and they do. And that's a perfect example of how having a good regular season can benefit you in the playoffs, too.
Hang on, Tyler, hang on.
Let's get down to victory lane and Ralph Shaheen.
All right, he's here. Tyler Reddick is here and can come on out of that car, and you know this is going to be a loud party. Look at this. There he is. Let's jump in here. Man, that was one of the most dominant performances I've seen in a long time. We said you made a big statement. What do you think the statement is that you made here tonight?
I don't know if it was necessarily me making a statement. It's just Chip Ganassi Racing making a statement. Me and Brendan were really fast all night. He was able to finish second, and they had a really fast car last weekend. The mile-and-a-half program's just been unreal. Mike Chiplets brought me from ground zero all the way to here, and all the guys at Ganassi have gone above and beyond and helping me become a better driver. And to be here today, you know, is surreal. We had such a really fast car here in the last time we were here, and to be able to bring a victory lane, knew the car was capable. Kyle's win almost every single time he gets in this car. It's fast. So would list really like to thank BBR Music Group, Enos, Parker Store, Chevy, and Xfinity for obviously putting on the series. So we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the fans. So thank you to the fans that came out, and thank you to the fans watching at home on TV and the X1 app. So
they only got on you about one thing, and that's when you came to the white flag. What happened there?
I just couldn't believe that all those laps went by and we didn't have a caution. I've just seen so many races where get to the end and the caution comes out, and it didn't. So right place, right time. We had a really, really fast race car. That helps a lot too. So we were just able to take advantage of it. We didn't make any mistakes tonight, and that's what it takes to win races. And these guys behind the wall, and they go on the road, and the guys that put the cars together, the shop, it's all group effort, and it got us here tonight.
Davey started to celebrate a little bit when they got to the white flag. They said, focus, focus, one more lap. He did, and the kid from Northern California is in victory lane.
That's really, really cool. And he used the word surreal. Looked like he's still having taking some time to absorb it all.
Yeah, trying to understand exactly everything he's supposed to say and do, but he did a nice job.
Really nice in victory lane.